Magic win, baby. The Magic win. The Orlando Magic defeat the Boston Celtics in Game 3 of the first round of NBA playoffs, 95-93, baby. It's Kyle, happy to be joined here by second cousin Jay, back from Shy, ready to get on this. And these reactions, Jay, I've been leading with our superstar Paulo Banchero because he's been having some games, averaging over 30 this series. But tonight was Franz's night, and he hit a three early, and you're thinking, okay, can this be the Franz game? It wasn't quite that, but he ends up with 32, 7, and 8. And a reason why it wasn't a Franz game is because the efficiency wasn't really there. 11 of 27, 3 of 13, man. I mean, he's clearly struggling from beyond the arc, but he's still making it work. He's working the midi. He's getting to the glass. It's really tough to block a 6'10 guy hooking over his shoulder there. That thing is sweet. And when he gets into the paint, he is devastating. And both our guys can live in the paint, and it just kind of echoes the cry for, hey, can we get some perimeter shooters, please? Because we got the paint locked down. We got it locked down. Franz had a great game. He's hanging on the wall here behind me, and I was happy to see him get going at home.
Dude, the Magic have done it, right? They did, quite literally, they did exactly what we said. Please, just make it happen. Do not get swept. And guess what? We're not getting swept, baby. Let's go.
The bar is low.
Hey, dude. No, man, the bar's not low. I've been saying it's recorded. Y'all go check it out.
Yeah.
We winning the title, baby. Let's go.
Oh, my God. Here he goes again. We got a little.
No, man, listen. Have you ever had to watch a game in a plane?
I've had the pleasure of doing that a couple times.
Dude, I'm pretty sure. I don't know, man. I would like to know what the statistics are of a Magic fan who was watching the game last night, because, dude, I had this guy sitting next to me, and I was like, he saw me just yelling and just like, I'm like, he's like, what are you
worse
watching?
than the babies, Jay. You're worse than the babies crying.
Yeah,
They're like, hey, there's a Magic fan back there. Yeah.
I definitely kept some people up last night. I was like, what am I watching? The Magic, bro. What are we talking about here? Yo, the game was phenomenal, man. The shout out to the people, man. Like the fans there. Like I don't know if it was because I was watching it on headphones or what, but like the crowd was just amazing. It was so loud in there. It was like, yeah, man. I was so pumped. It's hard to watch that game on in a plane, man.
And the fans are doing it with one arm tied behind their back because you got all those Boston fans in there. I mean, they're spreading like venereal diseases, these Boston fans. Dude. All right. There's too many of them. And Boston fans, I know some of you Celtics fans are watching. Thank you. You've been very kind in the comments, been enjoying that back and forth. But don't come over here. I don't want what you got, okay?
We don't want you.
That's a bit of a tongue in cheek. Boston Celtics are my B team, but not in this series. Not in this series.
So we were talking about Franz.
Yeah.
The efficiency wasn't there.
Yeah.
Dude, but I mean, we getting what we need. We getting it done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Last night was a weird night, right? Because I got a little scared there, a couple of times. Jason Tatum, we allowed him to get hot there, like kind of like later in the second quarter. Yep. I'm like, dude, this dude's out here just toying with us now, taking logo shots and shit, man. What's going on here, So I was a little bit nervous, but I mean, the boys got it done. That's all that's important, man.
Yeah, you mentioned Jason Tatum, the unfortunately large amount of Celtics fans that were in the building. And again, it sucks, all right? Orlando Magic front office management, can we figure this out? Can we figure out how to like block out some of this resale stuff that's happening? Because there's a lot of people retire down to Florida. A lot of people from Boston maybe travel for this. It jacks up the prices on it. It's just crazy on the resale market, but that's neither here nor there. The Celtics fans that were in the arena, as well as the Magic fans, got to see the Tatum masterclass in the first half. He goes for 21 points in the first half, 7 of 12 from the field, 3 of 7 from beyond the arc. And just like you mentioned, Jay, I'm thinking, oh shit. Like he's been quiet The first
man.
game, he was super quiet. Second game, he's out with the wrist. And now I'm just like holding on for dear life. Oh, fuck, this is the Jason Tatum game. We're about to just get destroyed and have a masterclass here. But we slowed him down enough in the second.
Sure did.
He ends the game with 36, so he only scores 15 in the second half. And that was just enough. That was just enough because Derek White showed up. Jaylen Brown a little bit. That's probably an underperformance for him. What did he have? He ends up with 19 points. Solid outing. Derek White 16. But other than that, no one breaks double digits for the Celtics. And we mucked up the game. It was slow enough. They didn't end up getting up enough three-point shots. They get up only 27 three-point shots. That's almost half of the normal volume that they get up. They shoot 44% from the field, only 74 total shots. Yeah, that is the recipe. And as much as you Celtics fans out there, I know you're in here and lots of people are complaining about the chippiness of this series.
Stop crying.
It's the fucking playoffs, baby. Let's go.
Facts.
That's what happens. I'm sick and tired of every time Kentavious Caldwell-Pope has a foul, people are like, it's dirty. No, dude. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, I've been hard on you. I'm going to continue to be hard on you.
We're going to talk about him in a second.
Score the damn ball, but something I do like from him is he's got the dog in him. He's not going down. He's not going to lay down for you just because you think it's a hard foul. No, like fuck that. This is the playoffs. Hard fouls and just smart fouls. It's not even really hard fouls. Like when Cole grabbed, I forgot whose arm it was, like Jaylen Brown, maybe?
It was Jaylen Brown,
yeah.
And he had a follow-through.
He had really. A follow-through. Like, I mean, he kind of grabbed and he was just trying to stop him from scoring. That's a very regular foul, and it was updated to a flagrant.
You said like three things there that like of like points that I want to talk about. So I'm going to try to remember real quick. Okay. All right, so the first thing.
Berries.
It's the freaking playoffs, right? Yeah. These guys need to stop with the crying, man. And with that being said, shout out to those two Magic fans that went to the game with the Al Horford crying shirt on. That was hilarious, and that thing circulated everywhere. Those guys are the MVPs of last night for sure. But yeah, man, you talked about smart fouling, right? Mm-hmm. I feel like there was at least 4 or 5 fouls. Not for the sake of like, oh, let me stop the momentum or the tempo or whatever. But there was like 4 or 5 fouls that I can recall when I was watching the game last night where I was like, why?
Yeah.
Why are we doing this? You're literally jeopardizing like your minutes later on because now Coach Mosley has to like try to balance and be like, man, so like AB was one of them. Mm-hmm. He did one foul that was just like, I was just like, dude, why foul him? He's young, I get it, but it's like, man, we gotta learn those lessons quick because AB, you came in hot. I'm coming in hot.
And then how about Coach Mosley challenging and it ends up being a foul on AB? That was shitty.
Bro,
that was so shitty.
Like that shit is shitty.
But I remember a couple other ones like Paulo fouled Jason Tatum when he was on the line.
Jason Tatum
yeah, that was Paulo,
outside.
Right? And he's 60 feet from the freaking hoop, man. You don't need to foul him there. There was another foul, I think, on like a Horford rebound. It's like we don't need to foul guys on the other side. And I think that ended up getting into the penalty and him shooting free throws as a result. So you're absolutely right. I didn't say there were good fouls last night. I just said
no. You did. You said smart fouling, as in like that was a thing that we needed to work on. Yeah. Like smart fouling is a thing. Yeah. Stop doing dumb freaking fouls, man. Yeah. There were like 4 or 5 for sure.
Yeah. I mean, the other dumb thing that we want to talk about, I watched a little bit of Boston media about this, is there was some type of clock issue, I guess, at the end. There should have been more time than 17 seconds, allegedly, Boston fans. But really, that's nonsense. Like, I don't like when we argue about calls or, like, referee stuff because there's a lot of things in a game. And why didn't you foul at the end? Like, there were 14 seconds on the shot clock, 17 seconds on the game clock, I think. 3-second difference. You figured, okay, we'll be able to get it, but why don't you foul Kentavious Caldwell-Pope when he gets the ball? He was the first guy with the ball. He had the ball for like 3 or 4 seconds. Foul that guy. He hasn't hit shit all series. Why don't you foul him, Celtics? Make it maybe he misses one and now it's a 3-point game.
They
I
don't want
know.
those problems. That's why.
Yeah, maybe they're just scared of Kentavious Caldwell. Little old Kentavious Caldwell Pope's got everyone in the Celtics shaking in their boots. I find that hard to believe. Joe Mazzulla is a psychopath, and he yearns to fight. That man, he's crazy.
Did you see where he's like yelling at Tatum?
Get up,
like telling him to get up.
Yeah.
Like, come on, bro.
No, that
Your
guy.
coach is telling you stop being soft, man.
No, you have that wrong.
Wendell,
Mazzulla is a well-documented
series, you
psychopath.
are no longer Wendell. For this series, you are no longer Charmin.
Oh.
It is the Boston Celtics.
Yes, he's out of the doghouse
For the series.
Yeah.
That's
I agree, man. We've seen some good things out of Wendell. Another solid game from him last night. 10
Angel
points.
Reese is in the house. That's why.
12 boards. I think Wendell's spoken for, but a double-double right there, getting on the boards, doing his thing. That's what we need, big man. We need that big man shit. Do those things. Be tough inside. And another guy I want to shout out, although he didn't really pop on the box score, Jonathan Isaac. Like, he was disruptive last night. He gave us some good minutes. He gave us 17 minutes, which is something. I wanted a little bit more because of how well he was playing on the defensive side of the ball. Again, box score, 2 points, 3 boards, 2 stocks, whatever. But he definitely made Celtics players think differently as they were entering the paint. And he had some easy buckets that he missed. And what I want for you, Jonathan Isaac, is I want you to just play the dunker spot, okay? Just patrol that baseline and move into space, man. You got to get smarter about moving into the space when Paolo is getting double-teamed. Move into the open space. He had one where he kind of ran by a pass from Paolo because he was thinking about, oh, I'm going over there, instead of thinking about where does Paolo need me to be open. And if Jonathan Isaac in this offseason can get good at the dunker spot like Aaron Gordon did when he went to Denver and worked with Jokic, he can get a lot of easy buckets from the double teams that Franz and Paolo pull if he just gets to the spot and the space that Paolo and Franz need him to be. He's going to get a lot of layups and a lot of dunks. And get rid of the three-point shot, Jonathan Isaac. I don't give a shit about that.
Stop it.
Become an elite dunker and guy around the rim, and your contract could be worth it.
Yeah, man. That's literally my reaction as soon as you're talking about Jonathan Isaac, getting rid of the 3-point shot. Just Jonathan, stop it, bro. It's funny because I'll be sitting at the game and he'll make like a shot or something, and they'll be like, "You was just yelling for him not to shoot." I was like, I don't care if he makes it. I don't want him to keep doing that shit. He builds up confidence and think he gonna drop, a shit ton of shots. Mm-hmm. Now, with that being said, I'm going to transition to the topic I want to talk about, right? This is probably a moment where some Magic fans might disagree with me just because I've seen how the talks about this guy is happening. So this is the moment, right? Listen, let's talk about KCP for a minute. I'm going to go just based off of last night's game, right? I was just looking at the stats and I was like, you know what? I may have just figured something out. Now, with that being said, I need to go back to the other games and check that theory with the other stat sheets, right? But according to last night's stat sheet, KCP, right? We're talking about he needs to make the damn ball.
Yeah.
KCP only attempted 3 shots.
Yeah.
In 31 and a half minutes, almost 32 minutes. Right? Then on the other hand, which is perfectly fine. He's our 1A or number 2, whatever, however you want to call it, however you feel about it. Franz took 13 3-pointers. Right?
Yeah.
So for the Magic fans out there talking about KCP, you're not hitting the shots that we're not, we signed you for this. He needs to be taking some of those shots. We know that Fran's thing is, hey, get in there, get in that side thing, dog KCP, whatever. I mean, not KCP, Kristaps Porzingis, bank the shots, whatever. That's your shot, Franz. Franz, you need to work on that 3-pointer over the summer. Even Paolo, right? I like Paolo's shot. Paolo, when his shot drops, It looks pretty damn nice, feels good.
He's good.
It's only 2 for 4.
That's 50%.
Why?
Yeah.
Why did Franz shoot 13 3-pointers last night when them shits were not dropping?
Because that's the Celtics plan, man. They're gonna let him be wide open, and he feels like he can't pass them down. So that's part of their game plan, and that's gonna be part of the game plan moving forward until he gets back to his rookie season. He shot 36.5% from beyond the arc.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't need
But
to
I'm just
be a
giving an example
40%.
there, you know, like
Yeah, the shot distribution could be different, but I think that's also the way that the Celtics were funneling the shots. Like, they want Franz taking those shots because he's shooting like dog shit right now. But your point is well taken. I think Kenny, as poorly as he's been playing, he's a shooter and he needs to take more, man. He needs to be taking 8 to 10 threes a game.
We're giving him a hard time, but he's not even getting
right.
Now, if Kenny's out here, like I said, I need to check my my theory with the last games. But
yeah.
if he's out here attempting 15 shots a game and getting 0 points,
yeah.
but that's not going to happen.
Right. And he's doing his job on the defensive side. I think it was Mason Williams, one of the beat reporters for the Magic, talked about how when KCP is the nearest defender, Celtics are shooting like 25%. So he's doing his job on the defensive side of the ball. He's getting some steals. When he's on guys, they're not shooting well. He's kind of getting into people's heads a little bit this series, which can be a good or a bad thing depending. But yeah. We want those shots we want Kentavious Caldwell to go in, but your point is well taken. I think something else from the schematics point of it, because you're making me realize how the Celtics are funneling to Franz at the 3-point line, something that the Magic and Coach Mosley are going to have to adjust for. It's very clear that the Celtics are attacking Corey Joseph as much as they can. Very, very clear. And there was a point where Cole subbed in and him and Corey Joseph were on the floor at the same time, and I was like, holy shit. I wrote it down like this cannot happen. They cannot be on the floor at the same time. I think it only lasted about 2 possessions before Mosley got Corey Joseph out. But anytime either of those guys are on the floor, they're getting hunted. And a lot of times Celtics players are converting just because of the size differential and the ability level. So that's something that Jamal Mosley is going to have to try to scheme around this series. And moving forward, that's something that the Magic are going to have to address. Like, I know we all love Cole Anthony, ladies and gentlemen, but if he's being hunted every possession on defense as a mismatch and he's not producing double-digit points at least every single game, he only had 4 points last night, is that a player that can really play in the playoffs? I tend to lean no. And I love Cole Anthony. Hey, I got him on the shirt. But a guy that is so available and easy on defense, that's not really a player you can play. So the team really, we need some perimeter shooting scorers. Corey Joseph, Cole Anthony, Gary Harris, Caleb Houston. Like, these are spots where we need solid guys that can play both sides of the ball. And I'm interested to see if Coach Mosley makes an adjustment and if the Celtics just continue to feast on Corey Joseph and Cole Anthony.
Yeah, man. It's tough, man, right? Because in my opinion, I mean, he only played 14 and a half minutes last night, but in my opinion, when it comes to both benches, Cole Anthony, in my opinion, has the hardest assignment when it comes to the guy he's defending. And quite literally last night, I need to go kind of like analyze exactly what they did, but they held Peyton Pritchard to 3 points, right? Peyton Pritchard just won 6th Man of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
That dude is quick.
Yeah.
That dude is fast.
He got
man.
2 shots, Jay. He got 2 shots last night.
And I feel like, yeah, man, that's, I feel like literally Cole Anthony and maybe like Gary Harris or KCP at this point. Maybe not even KCP. I think he might be a little faster than KCP. I think maybe between Cole and Gary Harris, they're the only ones that can keep up with that guy, like as fast as he be zooming around, man.
He got the zoomies.
Like the zoomies, man. Yeah. Nah, it's crazy. So it's tough, man. I feel like we need Cole for those moments. We can't have Peyton Pritchard go out there and have 20 plus points a game coming off the bench.
Yeah. So maybe that's part of Coach Mosley's thinking. Like Cole is only on the floor when Peyton Pritchard or Hauser are on the floor to kind of offset some of the size disadvantage. That's something to think about.
I'd be curious to know.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to keep an eye. But this was a game of runs. Certainly, it was back and forth all night. I think if the Magic are going to get another game in this series, we have to see more tenacity like we did at the end of the first quarter. There was a series that I wrote down that was just emblematic of Orlando Magic tough-nosed defensive basketball. And it started with a steal by Jonathan Isaac, who then passed it to Cole. He got an easy layup. Paulo took a step-back three. That was beautiful. That went in. AB got a steal on the inbounds pass into an AB layup. Then he got a steal on Pritchard, clear path foul. We ended the first on a 16-4 run. Like, that is the type of no holds bars, no breathing room type of defense that the team is going to have to maintain in order to win the game, because we can't score over 100 points. So to hold the Celtics to under 100, which we did in this game, is a tall task. But let's see if the Magic can do it again, maybe just one more time this series. Let us know what you think, Magic fans. Is it possible? How are you feeling, Second Cousins, going into another game at home Sunday? Celtics fans, I know you're watching. What do you think about the series so far? No crying in the comments about referee stuff, but let us know how you're feeling moving forward. Jay, thanks, homie. It was good to see you. Glad you're back in the city. Beautiful. Maybe you'll be in the building Sunday? You going to try to make it?
You know, absolutely.
Hell yeah. All right.
The Bears going to be in the building. That's why we winning. Let's get it.
All right.
I'm going to leave with no voice.
Game
the
4 win.
Leave with no voice.
Prophesized by Jay himself. Here we go, baby. Peace out, Jay. Peace out, Second Cousins.
Let's get it.